Greetings! In this video we're going to take a look at some of the new features of Bible Analyzer 5.3. Most of the new features in this version deal with new Bible audio enhancements. As you can see the list here, some of the changes we've made. But now you can actually install more Bible audio files. Let's do that for instance. Let's go to Preferences. We'll go to Audio Settings. You can see this screen looks a little different now. We've added a couple features. First of all, you can there's a list here of all the installed audio groups. Here you can see we have a couple installed, Scorby and Wagner. And if you want to add a new one, you just click the Link Files button, find the audio files, and here we'll do the Faith Cometh by Hearing group, and we'll click that folder, and we select the folder. And then once it's indexed, it will come up and tell us if these files have been matched to the timing data that will become available in version 5.3. We have developed some timing data for 6 different Bible audio sets that will precisely link these the Bible text to the audio files, and you'll see the advantages of that in just a moment. But once this comes up showing that it's matched, just click OK, then close out of this. And then if you go to a Bible text, you just go, for instance, let's go to verse 1, and we'll click the StartStop Bible audio button.
Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren, the elder women as mothers, the younger as sisters, with all purity. Honor widows that are widows indeed, but if any widow have children.
You can see there that it was reading through and it was advancing precisely when the next verse was being read. So that's one advantage there. You could start at any verse. For instance, let's start at verse 6, and you'll notice that it will precisely start at verse 6.
But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
And we'll stop that there. And so this is very helpful. Bible Analyzer has for quite a while been able to read the Bible like this with audio files, but the timing was not precise. But now we have it precise for 6 different sets, and we'll add more as we go along and more become available. But one thing that makes available, having this indexing like this, is you can read verses individually. For instance, let's look over here and let's find us a verse. Here's a Bible verse, clear down here. We click that, you'll notice it says play 1 Timothy 2:3 audio.
For this is good and acceptable in the sight of God our Savior.
Notice it just read that verse. You can do that with any text. It'll also read spans of text, like if you have verse 3 to 5, so forth, it'll read just what is listed. But more than that, we have a special area that does even more Bible reading, and that's in the multi-window. Let's export this page to the multi-window. See, you can see it here, and here it looks just like the other page. It's just an export of the page. But here we have some dedicated buttons for reading Bible text. For instance, we have already selected our Bible audio. Let's click a text, and you'll notice it turns yellow. And when we click the play button, it will advance all through the text, reading the text, and advance, highlighting each verse that it's reading.
Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head, and honor the face of the old man, and fear thy God. I am the Lord.
Being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world, and are the offscouring of all things unto this day.
So you can see, for instance, it will go completely through, all the way through that if you let it, and read all of the verses, the references, from that exported page as you sit back and watch it, which is interesting. It's helpful. And of course, wherever you stop, it will remember that position and start back. If you just click the start button again, it will start reading at the same area. But here's another way that you can read the text. Let's go back over here to our commentary. Let's right click and let's click verse text of refs in multi-window. Now here it has all the refs again, but with the text. Here's all the refs that are in that page, and they're all have the text with them. And notice what happens when we click the play button here.
Being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world, and are the offscouring of all things unto this day. And again I will put my trust in him. And again, behold, I and the children which God hath given me.
So notice again, it started reading as it did before, but it started where we left off. It remembered the verse we left with and started at that verse. If you want to start at the beginning, you can just click that and click play, and it'll start reading from wherever you click it. If you want to, a single click here will activate that verse for reading, and a control click will make that the active verse or current verse over in the main Bible page. So if you want to make a verse here, the verse over here, just control click. Another thing is this will also work with text-to-speech. We have it working with audio files now, but if you don't have any audio files, your native text-to-speech engine in your operating system will read these files also. Of course, text-to-speech is much better than it used to be, but it's not near as good as a human voice whenever you're trying to listen to text. Also, not only can you export text or pages from commentaries, dictionaries, even books from the book pages, it also has an export button if you have a book page loaded. Not only that, but also you can export search results. Let's put in a word here. Let's just type mercy. We'll do mercy, and it comes up with a search. You'll notice over here we have, of course, our verse list of all the hits for the word mercy in the Bible. And here we can also export this page just clicking the export button. Notice over here it pops up. We click play, and it will.
Behold now, thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die. And he said,
see, it advanced there just the same. So you can actually have a verse list read that is exported, or a search verse list, or practically any page that you can get into the multi-window by export or whatever that has live Bible references. It can be read by the audio files or the text-to-speech. Now, another feature we've added with this version of Bible Analyzer, we have SPad here, a scripture pad. Let's make a new page. And say, for instance, you have some text here that you want to export. I just copied some text from another page, and here we pasted it in. So it has some Bible references in it. If you want to link these references, just click the link button. This has been available for a few versions back, but you click the link button, and here that makes these live references. And then, now we've added in 5.3, you can also export this page. You'll notice that it exported over to the multi-window, and we have the live references, and you click play here, and it will read those as it does other pages. And you'll see the other pages that we have are all here. That's the thing. That's one of the features of the multi-window. It saves all your pages that you have, and you can go back and forth, and you can even save the entire group of pages and load them at any time. They're saved as a file. But here again we have the multi-window. This also works for the notes. When you do the notes, which are part of the commentaries, if you have any notes there, which are none here, but it also has the export button, which will allow you to send it to the multi-window and then play the pages. Now, concerning this new button we have here on the toolbars, that is the toolbars of the dictionary, commentary, and books, little speaker button, that is only for text-to-speech. And what it will do will read the page, all of the text on the page, not just the Bible references. It will read the text on the page. And if you just click that, you'll see that it will start from the beginning, but also it will do a selection of text. Let me select a little bit of text here, and then we'll just click it.
Signifies the actual receptacle built by birds in which to lay their eggs, having special.
So you notice it read just what I had selected. So that is available in the three main windows also. You have it in their commentaries, you have it in your books, and then you have it in the dictionaries. That's a dedicated text-to-speech button which will read all of the text. This button on the toolbar just reads the Bible text, and it will read it in the audio or text-to-speech, whichever you have selected or you have available. But we believe these new features, audio features, will be helpful to people because really the Bible was meant to be heard. It was meant to be read out loud. Even the King James Bible, it says appointed to be read in churches. That is, it's meant to be heard with your ears. If you look up in the Bible, it says to hear the word of the Lord. Hear the word of the Lord. But a lot of times we don't hear it, we just read it. And also there's studies been done that said when someone is reading along with the Bible as they're hearing it, they have up to a 50% better retention level. So that's really helpful. If you read the passages, read the verses, or hear them read while you're reading them, it gives you a much better retention level. But anyway, these are the new features of Bible Analyzer, and we have 6 audio sets developed so far, indexed for precise verse timing, and we'll add more in the future. And the timing database is going to be delivered as a plug-in through the Bible Analyzer store. So you just go to the store and select it, purchase it as a plug-in module, and then it will install, and you'll have all of the indexing needed for 6 different audio files. But we hope you find this of value. Thank you.